You think your fat cells disappear when you walk? They don't. They're still there, but they're changing the way they live. Right now. As you read this, millions of fat cells are sitting quietly inside you. Not dead, not gone. Just waiting. And the moment you take that first step outside, something shifts. It's not loud, it's not painful, but deep inside every cell. A chain reaction begins in the next 30 minutes. Your body will whisper instructions to tissues you've never thought about. Hormones will travel like messengers through your bloodstream. Enzymes will unlock doors that have been closed for hours, maybe days. This isn't motivation. This isn't willpower. This is pure biochemistry. And today, we're going inside minute by minute, week by week to watch what actually happens to your fat cells when you walk 30 minutes a day. Think of your body as a city waking up after a long afternoon nap. Let's see what wakes up first. Minutes 1 through 10. This is the warm-up phase. But not in the way you think. Your muscles aren't burning fat yet. They're burning something faster. Something easier: glucose. Imagine your muscles as car engines. They always reach for the gasoline that's already in the tank before opening the reserve canister. That gasoline is blood sugar, and a little bit of glycogen stored in your muscles and liver. It's quick energy. No complex breakdown required. No waiting. Your heart rate climbs. Your breathing deepens. Blood starts rushing faster through your veins, delivering oxygen to tissues that were half asleep a moment ago. But your fat cells, they're still quiet. They haven't received the signal yet. The doors are still locked. Insulin, the hormone that tells your body to store energy, begins to drop just slightly, and that slight drop is the first key turning in the lock. Your brain is already responding too. Endorphins trickle in, just enough to make you feel a little more awake, a little more alive. Dopamine starts to rise, giving you that subtle push to keep going, but you're fat. It's watching, waiting. It knows something is coming, because around minute 10, your body starts to realize the glucose won't last forever. The easy fuel is running low. And now, it's time to switch modes. Your body doesn't panic. It never does. It simply begins to prepare. Enzymes start waking up. Hormones begin to travel. And deep in your adipose tissue, your fat storage cells start receiving a message they haven't heard in hours. The message is simple. It's your turn now, by the end of minute 10. You haven't burned significant fat yet, but your body has flipped a switch. It's moving from spending mode to saving mode, from burning sugar to unlocking reserves. And that's when the magic starts. Minutes 10 through 30. This is where everything changes. This is where your fat cells finally open their doors. It starts with two hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline. Think of them as urgent couriers, knocking on the door of every fat cell in your body, saying it's your turn. These hormones bind to tiny receptors on the surface of your fat cells' beta receptors. To be specific, and when they do, they activate an enzyme with a long name but a simple job: hormone. Sensitive lipase. Let's call it HSL. HSL is the key that unlocks the vault. Inside every fat cell, energy is stored as triglycerides. Picture a triglyceride like a bundle of 3 torches tied together. HSL's job is to cut those ties. It breaks the triglyceride into 1 molecule of glycerol and 3 molecules of free fatty acids. The free fatty acids, let's call them FF, slip out of the fat cell and into your bloodstream. They travel to your muscles, your heart, your liver, anywhere that needs fuel. And there, they get burned. The glycerol, it goes to your liver, where it can be recycled into glucose if your body needs it later. This process is called lipolysis. It's not dramatic, it's not loud, but it's happening in millions of cells at once, all over your body. Now here's the part most people misunderstand. Your fat cells don't shrink immediately. They deflate slowly, over time, as they release more and more stored energy, and they don't disappear. The number of fat cells you have stays roughly the same. They just get smaller. This is why losing weight takes longer than gaining it. Fat cells are easy to fill. They're hard to empty. Meanwhile, inside your muscle cells, tiny power plants called mitochondria are working overtime. They take those free fatty acids and feed them into a process called beta oxidation. It's like feeding logs into a fireplace. The fatty acids get broken down step by step, releasing energy in the form of ATP, the molecule your muscles use to contract, to move, to keep you walking. Every step you take is powered, in part, by fat you stored days, weeks, maybe months ago. Your body is incredibly efficient. It doesn't waste anything. And right now, between minutes 10 and 30, you are in the sweet spot. Insulin is low, adrenaline is high, your fat cells are open, your mitochondria are burning. This is the moment your body switches from "I'm using what's easy" to "I'm using what I've saved." And it does it all without you having to think about it. By minute 30, you've burned a mix of glucose and fat. The exact ratio depends on your fitness level, but on average, you've used anywhere from 50 to 100 calories from fat alone. That might not sound like much, but here's the thing, it adds up. And more importantly, the effects don't stop when you do. You stop walking, you sit down, you drink some water. But your body, it's still working. This is called EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Some people call it the afterburn effect. Your body is paying back an oxygen debt. During your walk, your muscles worked hard, your heart pumped faster, your lungs pulled in more air. Now, your body needs to restore balance. It needs to repair tiny tears and muscle fibers. It needs to replenish glycogen stores. It needs to bring your heart rate back down and cool your core temperature. All of that takes energy. And for the next 1 to 2 hours, your body continues burning more calories than it would if you just stayed still. Insulin stays low during this window. That means your fat cells haven't fully closed yet. They're still releasing small amounts of fatty acids into your bloodstream. This is why what you eat after exercise matters. If you drink water, eat a little protein, and avoid processed carbs. You keep insulin low and let your body keep burning fat. But if you flood your system with sugar or refined carbs, insulin spikes. The fat cells lock back up, and the process stops. There's something else happening too, something in your brain. Dopamine and serotonin levels rise. These are the neurochemicals that make you feel calm, clear-headed, even a little euphoric. This isn't psychological, it's not a placebo, it's real chemistry. Your brain is responding to the movement, to the increased blood flow, to the hormones circulating through your system. Cortisol, the stress hormone, starts to drop. Anxiety loosens its grip. Your nervous system shifts from fight or flight to rest and digest. You feel lighter, not just because you burned a few calories, but because your entire physiology has shifted into a calmer state. This is why people say walking clears their head. It's not just a metaphor, it's biology. So when you finish your 30-minute walk, remember the workout didn't end when your feet stopped moving. Your body is still burning, still recovering, still improving. And if you do this tomorrow and the day after that, something even deeper starts to change. Weeks 2 through 8. This is where your body stops reacting and starts adapting. After 2 weeks of walking 30 minutes a day, something remarkable happens inside your muscle cells. They start building more mitochondria. Remember those tiny power plants that burn fat, your body says. We need more of these, and it builds them. This process is called mitochondrial biogenesis. More mitochondria means your muscles can burn fat faster and more efficiently. You become better at using fat as fuel. Even at rest, your metabolism shifts. Instead of defaulting to sugar, your body learns to reach for fat first. It's like upgrading from a gas guzzler to a hybrid engine. But the changes go deeper than that. Your insulin sensitivity improves. That means your muscle cells become more responsive to insulin. When you eat carbs, your muscles absorb the glucose quickly, instead of letting it float around in your bloodstream or get stored as fat. This is one of the most powerful defenses against type 2 diabetes, and it happens naturally, just from walking. Now let's talk about your fat cells themselves. After weeks of consistent walking, they start to change in quality, not just quantity. White adipose tissue, the stuff we usually think of as fat, becomes less inflamed. Chronic low-grade inflammation in fat tissue is linked to metabolic disease, heart problems, even depression. Walking reduces that inflammation. But here's where it gets interesting. Some of your white fat can actually transform into brown fat. Brown adipose tissue, or BAT, is metabolically active. It burns calories to generate heat. Babies have a lot of it, adults have less. But we can create more through consistent movement and cold exposure. People who exercise regularly often have more brown fat. And that's one reason they can eat more without gaining weight. Their bodies are wasting energy as heat. Then there are the hormones. Leptin, the hormone that signals fullness, starts working better. Your brain gets the message, we're satisfied, stop eating. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, becomes less erratic. You stop craving junk at random times. And cortisol, which was spiking throughout the day from stress, starts to level out. You sleep better, you recover faster, you feel more stable. This isn't magic. This isn't a detox or a cleanse. This is your body rebuilding itself. Cell by cell, molecule by molecule. And it all started with 30 minutes a day. By week 8, you're not the same person who started. Your mitochondria are stronger, your insulin sensitivity is higher, your fat cells are smaller and healthier, your brain is calmer, and your body has learned something it will never forget. Movement is medicine. So why 30 minutes? Why is that the magic number? Because 30 minutes is the minimum effective dose. It's long enough to trigger lipolysis, the breakdown of fat. It's long enough to activate mitochondrial biogenesis. It's long enough to shift your hormones, calm your nervous system, and improve your insulin sensitivity. But it's not so long that it becomes unsustainable. You don't need to run a marathon. You don't need to suffer. You just need 30 minutes every day to let your body do what it was designed to do. Let's recap the journey. Minutes 1 through 10, your body warms up, burns glucose, and prepares to unlock fat stores. Minutes 10 through 30, fat cells open, triglycerides break down, and mitochondria burn fatty acids for fuel. After 30 minutes, your body keeps burning calories, repairing tissues and stabilizing hormones. Weeks 2 through 8, your muscles build more mitochondria. Your fat cells shrink and change quality, and your metabolism becomes more efficient. This is the timeline. This is what happens inside you, whether you feel it or not. And the beautiful part, it doesn't require belief. It doesn't require motivation. It just requires movement. 30 minutes, one foot in front of the other, every single day. You don't need to track it obsessively. You don't need to optimize it to death. You just need to show up. Because every step you take is a signal, and your body is always listening. The next time you lace up your shoes and step outside, remember this, you're not just burning calories. You're rewriting your biology. You're teaching your cells to work better, to communicate better, to thrive. And that's not inspiration, that's science.